Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be going back in time to 2016 and talking about a game that came out that year that I think has aged phenomenally, and that game is Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. But before I get into the video, make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel grow. So yesterday I finished my playthrough of Uncharted 4. Now I have played it before. This is like my 4th or 5th playthrough, but I haven't played it in like a year and a half, 2 years. And I just wanted to talk about it. This isn't necessarily a review. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the game because I think it's phenomenal. And this is why I think Uncharted 4 is the best Uncharted in every single way. So I have played all of the Uncharted games now. I did not really like Uncharted 1 at all. I played it a few months ago, or I tried to. Let me correct myself because I know I love Naughty Dog so much, but I really don't like Uncharted 1. To me, the gameplay is really bad. Obviously, the game hasn't aged well when it comes to graphics, and even the story itself, I wasn't invested at all. I literally had to watch someone finish it on YouTube. I just watched all the cutscenes, and so yeah, Uncharted 1 really is not my cup of tea. Now, Uncharted 2, however, I love Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 is a really good game. Even the opening of Uncharted 2 is insane. The story got better in Uncharted 2, I think. In my opinion, Uncharted 2 is the second best Uncharted, and then Uncharted 3, and then the worst is the very first one. And so now we go to Uncharted 3, and in my opinion, that took a step backwards. I feel like the first 3 Uncharted games, the story kind of takes a backseat to the adventure, and I don't really like that. And I feel like the ending of Uncharted 2 and 3 is kind of disappointing. The final boss battle of Uncharted 2 is really cool, but I feel like Uncharted 3 kind of ended really abruptly. And then we get to Uncharted 4, and it is dang near flawless. This is the only Uncharted, in my opinion, that has an extremely immersive and emotional story. Because, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't played it, Sully isn't really in Uncharted 4 a whole lot. He's only in it for a few hours, and I actually think that's a good thing because that gave more time for Nathan and Elena. Because if you guys haven't played Uncharted 4, the amount of tension between those two characters for most of the game, just how their relationship evolves from the beginning of the game, then it gets kind of rocky towards the halfway point, and then towards the end they make up. But I almost started crying when I finished it yesterday. I think the story is phenomenal. Obviously the graphics are dang near photorealistic. I'm pretty sure Naughty Dog used the same engine for Uncharted 4 with The Last of Us Part 2, because honestly there's not really that big of a difference when it comes to the graphics. Obviously Last of Us Part 2 looks slightly better, but Uncharted 4, especially for a game that came out 5 years ago, it looks so beautiful. It literally blows my mind. And Uncharted 4 also has the best locations. The sheer amount of times when you climb a cliff and then it zooms out and shows like the whole island or the city that you're in, it's breathtaking. I played this game like 5 times and my jaw still hits the floor every single time. And also in Uncharted 4, they introduced Nathan's brother Sam, voiced by Troy Baker, and he did a phenomenal job. And also I believe Uncharted 4 had the best villain with Rafe and also Nadine and her army. Just like top to bottom, this game is just such a masterpiece. I've never played the multiplayer for it, so I can't really talk about that. But as far as just the single player story, it's phenomenal. And don't even get me started on the ending. The way they wrap up Nathan Drake's character, in my opinion, is so perfect. I've heard a lot of people hoping and praying that at the next Sony event that they're gonna show off a new Uncharted, and I'm just like, no. Some things should not be brought back to life just because they're really good. Uncharted 4 was the perfect ending for Uncharted, but if they did make a Uncharted 5, I believe there's 2 ways they could go. They could obviously go with Nathan Drake's daughter, or they could do like a side spin-off with Sully and Sam, kind of like what they did with The Lost Legacy. But me personally, I don't want another Uncharted. Uncharted 4's story wrapped up, like I said, perfectly for every single character involved. And so yeah, if you guys have played this game, let me know down in the comment section what your thoughts are. Did you like the game? And if you did, what would you rate it from 1 to 10? For me, I would rate it about a 9.5 out of 10. There was a couple glitches that I encountered, so I can't give it a 10. But besides that, everything about this this game. The gameplay, the combat, the hand-to-hand fighting is just so satisfying. And this just goes to show that Naughty Dog is the best, because if you played Uncharted 4 now, you would literally think that it's a PS5 game, or that it came out maybe last year, because of the graphics and the character animation and the acting. But no, this game came out in 2016. That's just so mind-blowing to me. So obviously I'm extremely excited for what Naughty Dog is going to do with the PS5. But going back to Uncharted 4, if you haven't played this game somehow, I really recommend it. Now, obviously don't play it if you haven't played the other games, because I made that mistake when I was younger and I played Uncharted 4 without knowing any context. But once you play the first 3 games and then play the 4th one, it is so much better. All the little details, all the little story moments that you miss from the previous games, if you haven't played those, it's a completely different experience if you play the first 3 and then the 4th one. So yeah guys, those are my thoughts on Uncharted 4. In my opinion, it's the best Uncharted. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played. It's a top 5 game in my opinion, all time. At least when it comes to PlayStation. 100%. But yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.